Hey, thanks again for joining me for another one of our Bible drill sessions as we talk about some of the parables that Jesus told, these great stories that we can relate to, but they carry just great meaning because there's some deep spiritual truths behind them. And in this particular session, we come to Luke chapter 12. There was an occasion where a man came up to Jesus demanding that Jesus go and tell his brother to divide the inheritance with him. So here was a man who said, hey, there's some money in my family that it's supposed to be given to me and to all of the other family members, and my brother's not giving me the money that I'm due. So Jesus, tell him to give me my money. Well, Jesus is a little bit put off by that, but instead of just correcting the man, what Jesus does is he tells a story. He tells what we often refer to as the parable of the rich fool. And so the story goes a little something like this. There was a rich man who had a farm with abundant crops. So here's a guy he's just got it all. Got all kinds of riches, got all kinds of stuff. God has certainly blessed him in a big way. He's got all kinds of goods. He decided that he's going to tear down all of his barns, and he was going to build even bigger ones so that he could store all of his crops. Hey, I'm not just content with what I've got. I want even more. Now, it seems like a good idea, and in fact, there's nothing inherently wrong with building bigger barns, nothing sinful or bad about that itself. However, it seems as if this man's priorities are, they're just off. And so, we're told that he says to himself, hey, now I'm going to take it easy. I'm going to eat and drink and be merry. I'm just going to sit back and enjoy all my stuff that I've worked so hard for, all this stuff that I've accumulated in my life. Boy, I've really got it good. However, Jesus says that very same night, God came to him, and God said, you fool, you will die this very night. Now who do these things belong to? This man is given a rude awakening. It seems as if God wasn't anywhere in his mind as he thought about all the things that he had. Never at any point did he say, thank you, Lord. Never at any point did he acknowledge that all of his crops and barns and stuff was from the hand of God and God's blessings. God comes to him now and says, you're going to die. And the point is, all that stuff that you've got, what good is it even to you if you're dead? And that's a sobering thought to think about. And so that then brings us to the point of the parable. Is it wrong to be rich or to have money or nice things? Is that wrong in and of itself? No, of course not. As long as what we have doesn't interfere with being rich toward God. That's where we really want to be rich in, don't we? We want to be rich toward God. We want to have treasures laid up in heaven. Life is about so much more than just the here and the now and having all kinds of cool stuff and games and videos and those sorts of things. We need to be making sure that our priorities are in the right place. We need to be making sure that God is at the forefront of everything. And so after telling that story, Jesus then tells that man, friend, you need to be on guard against greed. Remember, the guy came saying, tell my brother to give me the inheritance that's due to me. Jesus sensed that this man was greedy and his heart was full of covetousness. Jesus says life is not measured by how much you possess. That's not what life is about. Life is about serving and loving God, and we want to make sure that we keep that the focus of our lives as well. Thanks for listening.